Alright, so we just put a bit of this on the cloth and just clean that area up. It's normally a wipe on, wipe off solution. Here we go. Totally clean. There, see the stuff that comes off there on the dry cloth, so it's worth doing properly. I'll just get my tack rag now, which is basically a sticky cloth which you just gently, lightly wipe over, and that does remove any little debris or things from cloths or dust or whatever. You ain't pushing down on that, you're just gently wiping it over. There we go. Now again, as you know, we haven't got a spray booth here, so all I'm doing is a makeshift spray area. I could take this outside, but it's a bit cold outside and I don't really want the paint to bloom. They call bloom. If the temperature's not right, what you'll find is the paint could actually what they call bloom. So I'm just preparing a little area here to stop the overspray from going everywhere. I'm going to take my paint, give it a good shake, put the respirator on. No matter how small you area you're spraying, always make sure you do put your respirator on, which I've just done. And let's just lightly touch this in. Again, don't go too mad. That's one thin coat there. Just let it tack off for a minute. As you can see here, I've actually got a heat lamp which helps curing the paint, so it cures the paint a bit quicker basically. So I've just put my heat lamp on for a second and I'll leave that there for about 5 minutes and I'll come back and put a second coat on. Again, that didn't even need 5 minutes with the heat lamp on, that's actually gone off now. So what I'm going to do now is to give it a second coat. Put the mask on. And put the heat lamp back on it. And give that another few minutes. Okay, that's another 5 minutes. Let's take the light off and we'll apply one more coat and that should be it then. So let's put your mask back on. Now you probably won't be able to see that, but I've put a real wet coat on there now, and that will help if I need to rub it down slightly, just to lose any edges that were left. And I'm just going to let that dry off now for another 5 minutes. Okay, well I'm happy with that now, so what I'm going to do now is just to set that to one side, and I'll give that a slight sanding over shortly, just to prepare it for our final application of base coat and clear coat. Right, what I'm going to do now, rather than me buy the paint from a shop in spray cans, I've actually got, as you know, I've got my own compressor here and my own spray guns. So I could have gone to a place and got some actual colour for the bike mixed up, but the trouble with that is that you normally have to buy it in a litre, which is about 40 to 50 pounds. And for this little spray job, I'm only going to be spraying this bike once, and I'm not going to be spraying this colour again anymore, I don't think. So to spend £50 on a litre of paint works out very dear. So what is available is I've got a kit which I paid £300 for, and it gives you a selection of different paints where you can basically mix up your own colours to the manufacturer's specifications. Now that's basically for cars, not for motorcycles. The kit I've got, which I'm going to show you in a minute, is basically for all the car manufacturers. And what they do with this kit, you get 100 millilitre bottles, 70 different bottles of the different mixers and tinters and toners and whatever. But once you actually type into their software, which they provide you with, you can actually create the actual colours for the vehicle in question, whether it be a Ford, BMW, Volkswagen. Most manufacturers, this goes back, and each code, each colour will have a paint code which will be on the vehicle itself. So all you would basically do is you get the vehicle colour or the paint code which is on the vehicle itself from the factory inside the car, normally either in the door well or under the bonnet somewhere. You'll find a little placard or a label stating the actual paint code. And what you would do then is to go through the procedure on your laptop or computer with the software that this paint mixing company provides you with, and you will basically be creating an exact match for that colour out of the 70 or so different tinters which they provide you with, whether it be metallics or pearlescence or whatever, or just standard hard block colours. So I'm just going to load the software up now and let you explain to you a bit further then. Right, okay, what I've basically done there is to put on my paint pot on our little scales then, and zero it so it's reading 0 with the paint pot on the scales. So now what I'm going to do is go through my whole colour list, as you can see there, with the colours, and drop the paint into the paint pots according to the weight. So for example, the first one there is the cyan blue. I want 34.2 grams of that, and that is paint number HST512. So I'm basically looking for HST512, to which I've just found. You can see that. As you can see, that is a HST512. Let's go out of there. And I'm basically going to add that into our paints, give it a bit of a shake until I've got 34.2 grams of it in there. So I've shaken it up. I'm just going to drop it in. Nearly there. There we go. 34.2 grams of the first colour. Put that back. And we're now looking for paint number PLT779. Which I've got here. I'll give that a shake. Because it will settle. And I'm going to zero that again. And now I'm looking at putting in 13 grams of this one. So again, 13 grams I'm looking for now.